Hey YouTube fam, what's up? It's Patrick. So good to share another Wednesday practice with you. Thanks so much for checking out the last two strength-based practices. I hope you had fun with those. This is going to be much more of a flow-based practice. Not as much strength, more about coordination, connection, and breath. I have a blanket and a block for class. Things that might be nice to have, but definitely not required to do the practice. When you're ready, let's go ahead and begin in child's pose. Let your hips sit back towards your heels. Maybe you want to try to lift your tailbone up just a bit and bounce around in that space. We all move a little bit differently through the practice and through the world, and as you begin to learn your own tendencies, you learn to navigate your own physical body, beginning to understand the areas where you need to bring more attention is part of that journey. It's part of what makes you an individual. It's part of what helps you wake up into yourself. When you feel ready, go ahead and inhale, come forward onto hands and knees. And as you can see here, I'm using the blanket to support my knees. And the reason for that is we'll just do a fair amount of low lunges today. And that's why the blanket may feel nice. As you circle the shoulders over the wrists, begin to get into your side body, side waist a little bit. Kind of roll around into some of that different territory and just see what's there. Give a good push through the hands, a drive through your thumbs, a little grip through your fingers. And give yourself the option and the opportunity to explore space. Return to center. And then step back into your plank pose. And from your plank, slowly lower all the way to the floor. Let your fingertips find the ground. Set up for oscillating Cobra pose. From here, I want you to take some circles though. So inhale, roll through your right shoulder and up. And then on your exhale, roll down your left shoulder. Let's take 4 this way, 4 the other way. Inhale, roll up through your right side and roll down through your left. Inhale, roll up through your right side. Roll down through your left. Inhale, roll up through your right side and down through your left. Let's reverse course here. Inhale up through your left and down through your right. Inhale up through your left and down through your right. Inhale up through your left. Remember, it doesn't matter how big these movements are. Down through your right. Inhale up through your left and down through your right. Set yourself up. Let's lift one time up the middle. Heavy hips, heavy feet. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Place hands and feet as you would for upward facing dog or more of a traditional low cobra variation. And then inhale, lift up. Doesn't have to be, again, your biggest, your most full expression of the posture, just one for now. Roll back into your downward facing dog. Adjust your stance as need be. Root into your palms and feel the space, the alertness, the activation you have in your spine and your side body. As you make it here, inhale, stretch your right leg up to the sky. And on your exhale, bring your right foot up to your right thumb. Lower your left knee down. And inhale, reach your hands up to the sky, lifting your chest. Stretch through your fingers, create space. And on your exhale, hands to the floor. Lift your left knee, push your hips up and away. And then bend your right knee, rise into your high lunge. Inhale, stretch you up through your fingers. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back, downward facing dog. As you make it there, lift heels, bend knees, and inhale, stretch your left leg up to the sky with intention and action. On your exhale, left foot steps forward to your left thumb. Let your right knee lower. Inhale, reach your hands up to the sky. Open your chest, create space, reach through your fingers. Exhale, hands to the floor. Right knee lifts, left leg straightens in some capacity as you fold, melt down. Bend your left knee, inhale, rise. High lunge, lift through your chest, lift your lower belly. Stretch through your hands, and then exhale. Bring your palms flat to the floor. Step back into downward facing dog. Bend elbows and knees, look forward, pull yourself through into upward facing dog. Exhale, wave back downward, facing dog. Inhale, your right leg lifts. On your exhale, right foot up to right thumb. Left knee lowers. Inhale, reach your hands up to the sky, open your chest. Exhale, hands to floor. Fingertips land, push your hips up and away, straightening your right leg. Bend your right knee. Let it trace over your second and middle toe as you lift into lunge. Exhale, hands to floor, step back to dog. Inhale, your left leg lifts as your right knee bends. Exhale, left foot to left thumb. Right knee lowers. Inhale, reach your hands up to the sky. Exhale, hands to floor. Right knee lifts, left leg straightens as you melt down. Bend your left knee. Rise into lunge. Feel the pulling action through your left heel as you lift through your core and stretch through your hands. Exhale, palms to the ground. Step back into downward facing dog. Bend elbows and knees, look forward, pull yourself through upward facing dog. Exhale, wave back downward, facing dog. Inhale, your right leg lifts. On your exhale, right foot to right thumb. Lower your left knee down. If you have that block, set it to the outside of your right hip. Inhale, stretch and reach as you lean your left arm over your right hip. Breathe into your left side body. Of course, your right hand could be rooted into the floor or the block at any height. On your exhale, close off. Find your center. Bend your right knee a little bit more as you lean forward, lifting your left knee up. And then lean in and lift your left foot off the ground, crouching warrior. Hands to heart center, find stability. Push through your right big toe. And then plant your hands on the ground. Left foot steps to the back of the mat. Right foot follows. Downward facing dog. Inhale, your left leg lifts. On your exhale, left foot up to your left thumb. Let your right knee lower. Side bend to your left. Use the block underneath your left hand as you need to. And the different heights just give you different angles of push and availability. So be exploratory here. Even though we're lingering in this pose, it's not necessarily stagnant. On your exhale, return to center. Lean over your left knee as you bend it a bit deeper. Tuck your right toes, lift the right knee up, and then lean into crouching warrior. Rooting into your left heel. Stretching through your right foot, hands at heart center. Feel your structural stability here. And then slowly step your right foot to the back of the mat, followed by your left downward, facing dog. Bend elbows and knees. Pull yourself through into upward facing dog. Lifting through your chest, creating space. On your exhale, roll back, downward, facing dog. Inhale, your right leg lifts. On your exhale, right foot to right thumb. The game is the same. Land the foot lightly. Lower the left knee down. Option to side bend. Maybe you play into a different block height here as your left arm reaches over your right hip. Big available breath. You really try to sink down into your left hip as you pull your right hip back in space. On your exhale, close everything off. Find your center. Lean your upper body over your right knee as you pluck your left one from the floor. And then lean into your crouching warrior. Active right leg. Lifted left leg, hands at heart center. Find your stability. Find your poise. Hands to the floor. Left foot to the back of the mat. Right foot follows. Inhale, your left leg lifts. On your exhale, left foot all the way up to your left thumb. Option to use the block for the side bend as you choose here. Really work into different space. Notice what's available. Notice where you're moving from. Use your left hand as as a pillar, as a post, as a beacon of energy, supporting this side bend. On your exhale, return to center. Lean over your left knee as you elevate your right knee off the ground. Find your stability here. And then allow your spine to blossom as you lean out into your crouching warrior. Strong in your left big toe, elevating through your right leg. Really feel the work in your left hip. And then slowly place your hands back on the floor. Notice that there's a steady rhythm to our practice as we find our downward facing dog. Nothing is too fast or too slow. Everything is exploratory. Inhale, pull yourself through upward facing dog. Exhale, wave back, downward facing dog. Inhale, your right leg lifts up to the sky. On your exhale, right foot's going to step up to your left thumb, so to your other hand. An abnormal position. Lower your left knee down. And then inhale, reach your hands up to the sky. Stretch through your fingers. On your exhale, cactus your arms. Really lift your chest up. Create some space here. On your exhale, hands to the floor. Left foot steps to cross. Behind right. Push your palms and elbows together. Inhale, lift your forearms to the ceiling. Exhale, fold all the way down. Left foot steps back to the left corner of the mat. So your heel, your right heel and your left big toe, they're on a tightrope together. Inhale, open through the lunge again. Reach your hands up to the sky. Exhale, cactus your arms. Lift your chest up. Hands to the floor. Step back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch your left leg up to the sky. On your exhale, left foot hunts your right thumb. Let it land. Right knee lowers. Inhale, reach your hands towards the ceiling. Create space. Cactus the arms. Pull your elbows down. Lift your chest up. Hands to the floor. Top of the mat. Right foot crosses behind left. Push forearms together as you inhale, lift up. Let your pinkies chase the space behind you. Exhale, fold all the way down. As your hands land, step your right foot to the back of the mat. Lower your right knee down. Find the tight rope. Flirt with the instability of the balance and inhale, reach your hands up to the sky. Cactus your arms, pull your elbows down as you lift through your chest. Hands to the floor. Step back into downward facing dog. Bend elbows and knees. Look forward. Pull yourself through upward facing dog. Feel the symmetrical position. Exhale, wave back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, your right leg lifts. On your exhale, right foot targets. Your left thumb come across body. Left knee lowers. Inhale, reach your hands up to the sky. Stretch through your fingers, create space. Cactus your arms as you lift. Hands to the top of the mat. Left foot crosses behind right. Forearms push together. Inhale, elevate. Lengthen through your front body. Exhale, fold. Hands to the ground. Left foot steps to the back of the mat. Left knee lowers. Inhale, reach your hands up to the sky. Create space. Cactus your arms, pull your elbows down. Really lean back. Palms to the floor. Step back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, your left leg lifts. On your exhale, left foot targets your right thumb. Let your right knee dip. And then inhale, reach your hands up towards the ceiling. Cactus the arms as you elevate your chest. Really lean into the bottom tips of your shoulder blades. Hands to floor. Right foot crosses behind left. Forearms push together. Inhale, rise. Lift up. Exhale, fold. Melt down. Step your right foot to the back of the mat. Find the tightrope between left heel and right big toe. Inhale, reach your hands to the sky. Create some space. Feel open and available. Cactus your arms. Breathe into your shoulder blades here. Hands to the floor. Step back into downward facing dog. Root into your palms, bend elbows, pull yourself through. Upward facing dog, lifting your chest. Exhale, wave back, downward facing dog. Root into the palms. Inhale, lift your right leg up to the sky. On your exhale, right foot up to your right thumb. Inhale, rise, double bent leg lunge. Stretch through your fingers. Heavy hips, exhale, straighten through your left leg. Inhale, hands to heart center, lean out. Crouching warrior. Exhale, straighten through your right leg. Flirt with the balance, especially if you lose it for that brief moment. Bend your right knee, let your left foot return to starting position. Buoyancy in your knees, thumbs to the base of skull, look up. Inhale, reach your hands away, stretch, stretch, stretch. Exhale, hands to the floor. Palms plant, right leg reaches up to the sky. Inhale, pull yourself through, upward facing dog. Exhale, cruise back into downward facing dog. Inhale, your left leg lifts. On your exhale, left foot to left thumb. Inhale, rise, double bent leg lunge. Exhale, heavy hips straighten through your right leg. Inhale, hands to heart center, lean out, crouching warrior. Exhale, straighten through your left leg. Bend your left knee, let right foot return. Starting position, thumbs the base of skull, look up. Inhale, reach your hands away. Open your heart, create space. Exhale, hands to the floor. Three-legged dog, your left leg lifts. Inhale, pull yourself through, upward facing dog. Open your heart. Exhale, cruise back, downward facing dog. Inhale, your right leg lifts. Exhale, right foot to right thumb. Inhale, rise, double bent leg lunge. Exhale, straighten through your left leg, heavy hips. Inhale, hands to heart center, lean out, crouching warrior. Exhale, drive to straighten through your right leg. Bend your right knee, let your left foot return. Starting position, thumbs to the base of skull, look up. Inhale, reach your hands away. Elevate your chest. Exhale, hands to floor. Three-legged dog. Inhale, pull yourself through. Upward facing dog. Exhale, cruise back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, your left leg lifts. On your exhale, left foot to left thumb. Inhale, rise, double bent leg lunge. Exhale, heavy hips straighten through your right leg. Inhale, hands to heart center, lean out. Crouching warrior. Exhale, straighten through your left leg. Bend your left knee. Right foot lands at the back of the mat. Thumbs to the base of skull, look up. Inhale, reach your hands away. Lift your chest. Exhale, hands to floor. Three-legged dog. Inhale, pull yourself through. Upward facing dog. Exhale, wave yourself back. Downward facing dog. Drive into your hands. Look forward. Lift heels, bend knees. 2 symmetrical rounds in a row. Step or float, feet to thumbs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Push your hips forward as you lean into the back bend. Maybe a little bit more today. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach your hands up to the sky. Exhale, melt down over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the floor, your vinyasa. Find your rhythm. Find your cadence, your consistency. Drive into your hands. Feel the lift through your tailbone, the length through your spine. Look forward. Inhale, lift heels, bend knees. Bottom of exhale, step or float, feet to thumbs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stretch your hands to the sky. Look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, hands up lifting. Exhale, fold, diving into yourself. Inhale, halfway lift. Check your surroundings. Exhale, flow with strength. Find your downward facing dog. Feel the push in your hands. Feel the gripping of your toes into the mat. And know that in this moment you are perfectly present. You are perfectly part of the experience. Lift heels, bend knees. Bottom of exhale, step or float, feet to thumbs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stretch your hands up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment for stability. Maybe bring one hand to heart, one hand to belly. Often you do this when you're laying down, but see what it's like when you're upright. You can keep your eyes open. You can softly close them, but just feel the moment. Feel your heart beating. Feel breath entering and exiting your body. Release hands by your side. Continue the journey. Inhale, stretch your hands up. Exhale, fold down. Step your left foot back behind you. Lower your left knee to the ground. Keep your left toes tucked if you choose, and then inhale, reach your hands up to sky. And then backstroke, reach your right hand towards your left heel. Try to find it. So you're creating space here. Lifting up through your left side body. Try to stay present here. Exhale, release. Hands to the floor. Lift your left knee off the ground. Lengthen your skull forward. Step your left foot up to meet your right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step your right foot back behind you. Lower your right knee down to the ground. Feel rooted there. Inhale, reach up, lift up. Right hand stretches to the ceiling. And then pull the bow, just like we do in our archer's lunge. Left hand reaches back towards your right heel. Right arm stays, stretching to the sky. And again, you notice this doesn't have to be the biggest shape. And even the intention of reaching isn't a good enough intention as it is. Let your breath fill your right side body. Find the stability, even in the unfamiliar space. Exhale, release. Hands to heart center to stabilize, and then hands to the top of the mat. Right foot steps forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the ground. Left foot steps back. Pigeon poses are next place to be. Organize yourself. Find an upright pigeon here. This is a really nice place to use the block, but not underneath your hip. Of course you could, especially if you had a second block. But one thing you could really do here is feel the pulling of your right knee down, especially if you're tighter, and use the block underneath your hands. Adjust it to a good spot so you can stay as long as possible from the tailbone up through the skull. Really sink in here. Where can your breath take you in this moment? How can you do your best to think about your belly button? lengthening towards the top of the mat, but your skull lengthening towards the sky above. Release. And set yourself up for side 2 any way you choose to get there. Since we started at the top of the mat, that's where I'm going to go. So I'm going to step my left foot up to meet my right. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And then step my right foot back in space. Of course, if that wasn't as interesting for you, by all means, get here any way you choose. I think it's so important to embrace your own natural tendencies. For me, symmetry in the practice is always something my mind is very interested in. It may not be the case for you, though. And you probably notice here that my left knee is floating off the floor quite a bit. For one, I'm obviously just a bit naturally tighter through my hips. But for 2, I'm also not letting any compromise happen here. And in fact, I'm kind of overloading towards my right side. All right, if I did want to sink down, again, very possible. Just begin to think about the angles of your practice that you play, right? So you just want to notice what you're tied to, where your interest lies. Are you doing something because it's been said? Or are you doing something because of what you feel? There's always some truth to what's being said. There's always some truth to what you feel. You want to try to find that space in between, the Venn diagram of dialogue, if you will. And again, for this round, for this pigeon pose, stay upright. Really feel long. Last 2 breaths here. As you release, find your way eventually onto your back. Stepping forward is a great option, and then sitting down. You could, of course, thread through. As you can tell today, especially towards the end of the journey, I really want you to own the space you move into. And that's what we'll do for these final 2 poses as well. 2 rounds of front body opening, 2 rounds of hip extension, 2 rounds of back bend. Place hands and feet, bridge or wheel most likely, unless there's somewhere else you'd prefer to go. And then make it a reality. And feel all the different space in your body right now. From movement through your spine, movement through your hips. And let it go. Let yourself land. Take 2 breaths here. We have 1 more pose of effort for our journey today. Wherever you're going to go, make it a reality. Place hands and feet and elevate. What can you do with these last few moments? Release. Let everything land. Shoulders rest, hips rest, hands on heart and belly. Breath big and available. Diving into the space you just created from these front body opening positions. Creating expansiveness, creating awareness, filling new space. The breath becomes an explorer. It becomes a detective in this moment, if you will. Feel free to lay here. If you'd like a pose that closes off your front body, I'd recommend plow, but not at all a requirement for our work today. In fact, just laying there in stillness may be the most wonderful option for you for closing the practice today. So just acknowledge where you're at. Acknowledge what feels good. And know that you can be perfectly settled in whatever space you find in this moment. If you're in a pose, take 2 more breaths for it. And then wherever you are, exhale, clear your system out completely. We're going to move through a 4-4-8 breathing pattern a few times. 4 count inhale, 4 count pause, 8 count exhale. Tapping into your nervous system, helping settle everything down. Exhale to clear. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last full round. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As you move back into the natural rhythm of your breath here, take a moment. Acknowledge the shift in your breathing, the shift in your senses and your stimulation. And allow yourself to ground into the mat, to let everything go, to find space and stillness. Every time you come onto the mat, you practice out of a love for yourself, with a desire to know the truth of your own being, and with a longing to benefit all beings in all times and spaces. You practice simply because it is your nature to do so. There is no separation. It's just a way of life. As always, it's such a pleasure to share space with you here. Thank you so much for joining in. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, become part of the crew. I look forward to sharing space with you again very soon. Peace.